Hello everybody and welcome to another tutorial for scum-POIs. This time, as you could see from the above shot before, I'm going to show you guys the way I do D4 airbase. And I'm just going to skip all of the outside areas because I believe they're kind of not worth your time. And compared to the stuff that's inside, that's much more worth your time. It's full of goodies, and the place I like to start, it's here, this door. So it will be the southernmost door, and I like to start here because there is a nice area on the inside that has a crap ton of loot, and it's like high quality loot, and I would say is one of the harder areas and easier areas at the same time. You'll see. You gotta be really careful, but there's only, not counting these two mechs, there's only well, 1.5 mechs that you have to worry about. And here, ideally, we want to wait for this dude turn around and face the other direction and then cross over. And from here, once we're out, we can grab most of the WW2 bunkers and then head to the other here sprint, because I'm not sure when. Oh yeah, it wasn't that long, but that's okay. And we're getting through here and we're good. All right, I'm gonna increase the volume and alright, so we're inside on the first area, and well, there's some looting here. It's just, you know, a couple boxes and some stuff here and there, but this is not the reason why I came through here. And here you gotta be careful because there's a mech that passes from left to right, and you gotta be careful because there's not a lot of places to hide from him. But I'm gonna use this moment to just get on this wall right here, and to the right there's another mech that passes in a square. So once this dude is inside the tunnel there, I'm going to come over here. Oh shit. I shouldn't have come over here. Now it's gonna be way harder, or perhaps not, because that mech path will be altered, and it might make it a bit easier, because the problem with this area is that this mech in front of us, the timing with that mech and the mech on the right, it's, as you could see, kind of annoying. So as soon as this motherfucker passes, I'm gonna come over here and sprint away. And then we come right here. This area, you could technically skip it considering all the loot that's on the other side that I'm gonna show you, but This is one of those areas where you see a lot of pallets and stuff, but unlike most areas in this place, each individual container here is lootable instead of those that are like, you know, you loot the pallet and it's like one item instead of, like for example this one. Some of these pallets, you loot them and it's like the whole pallet one thing, but this place, unlike most of those pallets, each individual little container actually is lootable, which is why I like to come here, because it is a bit complicated to get in here, but totally worth it in my opinion. But remember, I have 0 awareness, so my options for loot are kind of shitty. And even then, I'm still getting good stuff. So remember, each individual box. Hey, already got an SVD. I hope I have found a bag though. Freaking S-Dash shotgun. So yeah, every single one of these, and quite a bit of them, it's lootable. And even back here, you see there's like 4 pallets worth of crates, and each of these is lootable individually, which it's friggin' amazing in my opinion. They should do this in more POIs instead of like the whole pallet as one single lootable. Oh, from so if you were to have medium awareness or advanced awareness, you would probably get much better stuff than that. Alright, so to get out, it's also a bit tricky because this dude paths in all the way. And there's another room to the right of this, but it's totally not worth it in my opinion. So I think this is the perfect moment to do it. Yeah. I'm gonna spring here no matter what. And just close this door behind me. And you could technically, you know, continue in from the inside, but I think it's a bit easier to actually come outside and walk around and then go to the other area, which I believe has amazing loot as well. So now this dude is passing back. Just take a look outside and make sure that the other mech is on his way. Oh, perfect. So it's on his way over there. And now chill here real quick. Make sure that this mech is not already past that. Oh, no. Oh, but this one I believe. Yeah, this one is already on the way to me. So same for this one. But from here we go up on top of the hangar door, where there is a World War II bunker, which you can loot and can have good stuff, aka Car 98, Mosin, you know, all the old stuff from World War II and Vietnam eras. So move up here. You won't be able to sprint because we're... Oh, now we can, but you should stop because this mech is probably on his way back. And the other mech should not be able to see you, but always be careful. Like I say in most of... well, I say most of, I only have 2 tutorials so far. Alright, you should be able to keep going up. The other one sees you, it doesn't really matter at this point because I already alerted him and he won't be able to get you. So, World War II bunker. Hey, and an MRE in good condition. Wow. Most of the time I find MREs in World War II bunkers, they're like between in the 10 to 20%, you know. But sometimes you get lucky and you get stuff in good condition. I have never, ever used these folding sights. I would like to know, for someone who uses them, please tell me in the comments that you use them. See if people that use those exist. And, well, you guys know this stuff. So from here, we just go from the back and continue on this little dirt path. And you'll hear mechs, but remember these mechs are underground. They're the mechs that are inside of the bunkers. So you should not find any mechs and barely any zombies here, but if you're in a PvP server, then you might be a bit exposed to being sniped. Though I've never been sniped in this area, and I only play on PvP servers. But you can never be too careful. And then there's another World War II bunker here, which you can loot. And then you continue on this dirt path over here. Past this little tower. Oh, little. Not so little, really. And then you come on to this one. And by this one, I mean this World War II bunker. And we have arrived to the area that we want to be at anyway. So just be mindful that you gotta keep an eye on 2 to 3 mechs around here. This mech that's pathing out towards the half moons over there, and I believe comebacks around this big hangar. And there's another mech that passed from left to right in front of me. He must be somewhere out there. Yeah. Oh, he's all the way out there. He's already on his way back, so just chill over here. Alright, he's close enough that he should be able to see me if I step out of this bush. So just wait a bit. A lot of waiting in this POI because mech can be a bit of a pain in the booty, especially well the area that I came from and one of the areas that I'll show you on the inside that leads to this big circular room that has 2 floors. To get in there is kind of tricky, but once you get it, it's not so hard. Anyway, so this mech is pathing, and I believe, yeah, perfect. We can get closer. Perfect. So now this mech's gonna start pathing back. Oh, there's 2 mechs? Oh. Alright, so perfect. Now we sprint to the inside. I believe it's way easier to get inside of this one, since you don't really have to cross the street. And here, this area is where we're gonna go around and around and around and go to most of the places that I believe have the best loot on the inside. So this mech paths left to right again. He comes all the way to here and he ends almost all the way down there, but you're going to want to cross this and coming here. This stuff has good loot sometimes, so don't forget to loot these lockers. I remember I have really bad awareness, so I'm not gonna find good loot. And then you come inside this room and there's tons of more of these lockers, and this is the kind of stuff that I meant before, that this palette of you can loot it as a single unit instead of individual units. And then you come over here and we have 4 lockers, which well, I have set it in my settings that I don't have to unlock anything with pick locking, so I can just search it, but depending on the server that you're on, whether you'll have to use lock picking or not. Then we come out through this door and you can hear the mech coming, so be sure you don't expose yourself too much. Wait for this dude to turn around and start walking back, and then we cross this little hole and come here, where there's not really a lot of loot, but there's some stuff, you know. And then we come here, cross this little tunnel, which you don't really have to do, you can just go around. And then we have 2 more lockers. And, ooh, an RPK. And then we have 2 of these wooden crate pallets, which unfortunately are just lootable as a single unit instead of individual crates. Then we have a few more of these lockers here. And about this mech, ideally you want to jog behind him as he walks up the tunnel, and then you come over here and you crouch right here behind this pallet of goods and wait for him to pass to the right, and then you jog again over here behind this fighter plane, and then we come in Scaladist. The Scaladist? Oh, that's not really much in here that you want, just a pallet, some stuff. There's an RPK magazine there, another pallet, and then a few crates. Oh, airplane repair kit. It would make sense. Oh, nice. Also a M70 bayonet. Good stuff in here sometimes. And then this mech is pathing back again, so it is safe for us to go. And here you have to come here and walk through this little tunnel. And in this room there are no mechs, but sometimes the mechs can see you through those little holes, so be careful. And there's some looting here as well. And then you must note that in this hangar over here there's some loot, but not a lot, so you can skip it if you want to. And also keep in mind that beepers do spawn in here quite often, even in vanilla. So if you do come here, be sure that you have silenced weapons or suppressed weapons, and then loot the whole place. Quite vast. this hangar doesn't really lead anywhere aside from the other side of that little collapsed tunnel. There's some good looting here too. I wish someday we get to fly these planes. And we open this door, which are really freaking loud, and I think you can even hear him from above ground, so be mindful of opening these large doors. Sometimes if you believe that there's a lot of players around, or I mean, you will not have a choice on the big doors to enter the bunker, but these doors you can avoid them. So now we have this area, which I believe is one of the most complicated areas, which this area leads towards the circular room that I mentioned earlier. So if you go into scum-map.com and make sure you have mech paths activated in the settings, you will see that there are two mechs. One that goes in an L, which is this one right over here, and another one that goes around in a square. So their pathing is well timed, so that once this guy starts pathing in that direction, wait for him to get inside of the tunnel on the right before you start making your way out, and then wait for this guy to path to the right, and then you make your way inside. The other dude has finally turned around, so be really careful and be mindful so that the other mech doesn't see you. Oh, too late. But you can still avoid him. It'll take him some time before he actually reaches this area, so try not to trigger that mech over there, and then sprint over here. And we made it into this circular room, which has a lot of loot and also some really good hiding spots if you believe to be cheeky enough to actually hide a chest in here. There are some really good hiding places for chests that most people will not even bother to check. So, like, first one, for example, you come up here and you browse to the chest. Well, unfortunately, this character has 0 engineering, so I cannot make a metal chest, but you can make a metal chest. That would be advisable. Otherwise, make an improvised wooden one. But I'm gonna make this one just so you guys can see. And then you won't be able to actually just put it in there. Sometimes you will. I believe this place you can't. Let me see if I can actually get there. No, I cannot. So this area has a lot of office loot, so tons of padlocks and that kind of stuff. Actually, this room, this side of the circular area, doesn't really have a lot, so you can skip it, which is why you might get away with building a chest. Especially if you come here and come here, because there's no loot whatsoever in this area, so you can just put it in here if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's kind of visible versus the other place that I'll show you that contains a really nice spot where you will not be able to see the chest whatsoever. See, this room right here, it's like a copycat of that room that I went in first, and even though it's a copycat, you cannot loot each individual crate. Instead, you can only loot the pallets, which is kind of weird that they would have that, you know? Like, I don't understand why they wouldn't be able to do the same. But with that being said, there's still some good loot in here. Weapon ghillie. Binoculars, which at this point, if you're in here, they would be kind of useless. But and then all of these boxes, well, some are not lootable, but they will give you a chance to get a Scroogies and a black Scroogie. And so if you're in search of that, be sure to loot them. And some more over here. These are not the military type, these are just the whatever type. So you'll find stuff like this, you know, metal saws and fishing stuff, more like civilian type of loot. But sometimes it's still worth checking. You may still find some good stuff. Or you may actually find materials to build a chest if you are trying to build one. Oh. So now... Oh, wait. Aha! Found the spot. They didn't patch it. Latest enchantment. So, there it is. Finally. So you can see, or you can't see, you come over here, most people will not go all the way, and if they're new to the game, they may, you know, come here and see that there's nothing and just, you know, walk out. Nice. Erg. Come on. What the hell? Ah, there we go. So, and even if you come up, well, if it's a metal chest, it'll blend in way more than that. This chest. But regardless, this is a great hiding spot. Just be sure you lock it anyway, because you never know. And there may even be a better spot if you're patient enough to look around and just turn around the chest. Maybe you'll find a spot that is even harder to see, but I mean, that you have to be specifically looking for it. And the advantage of building a chest here is they can't really take it anywhere, because, you know, dragging a chest out of here will be really hard unless you like know the mech pathing like the palm of your hand. But if you trigger the mech, that will be even harder to achieve, because there's no exit from here. Well, there are technically 2 exits through here, but still you have to dodge a bunch of mechs to be able to live with it. But be sure you don't leave a lot of really good stuff in there. I usually have a chest in here only so that I can just stash things in here and log out, you know, and then log back in and get more stuff and so on and so forth. Anyway, once you're done in here, so you want to get out. Right now, scum-map.com does not have an indoor map of this bunker, but I am in the process of building one. I'm not sure if by the time this video comes out, I'll have it ready, but hopefully I will. And if that's the case, then you should be able to just check it by pressing or clicking on military airfield POI if you have POIs enabled within the map filters. You open map filters, make sure you have points of interest checked on. That way you'll be able to click over it, and that way you'll be able to see the inside map just like any other locker. So to get out through back here, as you can see, it's only a wall. So now we just have to wait until this dude turns around and it's passing in that direction. And come out over here and just make sure that the other mech not facing you. Oh, perfect. So he's on his way out. Make sure to wait a little bit before coming out. And all right, so in here you can go down in this direction, and there's a little tunnel that you can enter this area with, through, and there's a mech that's gonna be right over there, so be mindful of him. When he paths away, you can get out. Oh, I fucked up. But you have this little area to just chill for a bit before getting back out, and there's a lot of loot in here as well. And this is where the, I guess, people of this base would sleep. The dormitories and the Vanchmore lockers, so you'll be able to get clothes and stuff. And I believe these are bathrooms, yeah. Sanitarny Kvor. I'm not sure how this is pronounced, but anyway, bathrooms sometimes contain really good loot. So don't just think that there's nothing in here. Sometimes you can find clothing or backpacks, even weapons. Especially in bunkers, like regular bunkers, but I'm not sure about these specific bathrooms in here. So anyway, once you're down here, now you gotta be even more mindful, because this dude here is it's orange, so he'll go through this way faster than before. And here, if you live through this area right here is where I started. That mech that saw me at the very beginning. It is this mech right here. And there's a little cubby hole here, a little tunnel. Oh, I got seen by the mech, as you could see, on red right there. So be careful with this tunnel. It is a bit tricky. Now we have this other mech pathing back. Oh, this motherfucker's coming here. For a second, I really thought I was going to die, but thankfully I did not. I'm not sure how, I guess. I might have gotten lucky. But thanks to this dude actually coming in this direction, now we can just exit through here. And once we leave, you're done, baby. You can exit through here, or if I'm gonna take you to the area that I was before, just so you can see a different way of exiting. I personally think this is the quote-unquote easier way of exiting this bunker, because the other way is for you to retrace your steps and just go back through the original door that we came through. Might be a little tricky for me to actually go back to that area from here, but I'll do my best. Eesh. Oof. I'm fucked. Oof. I have no idea how I didn't get spotted, but hey, I didn't get spotted. So, chilling here, be sure you're always prone. Otherwise, that dude will see you. And then stand up. And now we can get out. Though, it is going to be really tight to get out through here. You can also get out through that door right there. But, oh shit. Alright, I'm going to just, Hey, I survived. I'm not sure how. I'm pretty sure he shot me a few times, but my character even, but my health is at 100%, so it must have just grazed me, I guess. I don't know why he's just like not following me, but anyway, this guy is here. We actually made it. So exiting through that door, not really recommended, really hard to do. So if you get out of that little tunnel there, well, you wouldn't really, but this would be what you would do if you enter this tunnel, I mean this POI through that other door and decide to, I'm just checking if the guy's coming after me. He's not, he's just staring at me. Anyway, so this would be the route that you would take if you decide to enter through that door where I show you at the beginning of the video. And instead of going outside and going through the World War II bunkers, you would choose to come through here instead. So, it's gonna be kind of tight because that mech over there. So just be sure you chill behind this dumpster, and when he's looking back, I got lucky there. I think there was another mech over there. Then you can come here and just sprint all the way, and then we're back at the circular room. So this is where it gets tricky in my opinion, because going back to that other area where I was from here, it is even more tricky than actually, you know, coming in this direction from there. So, but I will do my best. Ah, shit. Alright, so I didn't even see that motherfucker, so I'm just gonna come here, and as I said, living through here, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. But if you trigger the mech, then you might find it a bit easier. And now waiting here real tight and jog this direction. And then we're back in the hangar. And then the way out, it's even easier. You know, all you have to do is come to the other side of this door, or you just add a little tunnel over there, and then we come through here, and these are steps. But I believe this dude is on his way back almost. We just chill here for a bit until he turns around again to head in the other direction. Otherwise, you will definitely not have the time to, at least considering where I was and where the mech was. But now that he's heading back, the other mech may be able to see you through the tunnel, but it doesn't really matter. So we come out through here. And make your way out back here. And just wait behind this pallet of whatever these are called. And the mech went in that direction, and now we can head up. I firmly believe that it's easier to get out through the other side, so you don't have to go through those double mechs that are in one room next to each other. But if you prefer, you can always come out through here. And now that we are here, all you have to do is make sure you don't get killed on your way out here, because you'll be carrying a lot of gear, so you'll be pretty heavy. So just be mindful of the 3 mechs that pass through here. What I like to do is come in here and open the door this direction, so you have a bit more vantage view. Here a mech, but perfect. Now that you're out here, you are free like the wind. And all you have to do is make sure to safely make your way up the hill. Be careful with this mech, because he's almost done with his path. Hide behind the tree. Going to make his way inside of that portal there. And now you're scot-free. And from here, just go to your car or your bike. And that's it. I hope you all liked my little tour through the inside of the bunker. I survived scratch-free. I did get scraped a few times, grazed by their bullets, but apparently they didn't hurt. So you should have some really good loot, and I hope that I taught you some things that you didn't know about this place. A lot of people avoid the inside of this POI because it's rather confusing and labyrinthine, It's very maze-like on the inside, and I think if you with enough practice, it's not really that difficult. Like a few mechs spotted me, but as you could see for yourselves, you can still maneuver your way around them pretty easily if you know what you're doing. And I hope that I was able to explain to you their pathing well enough that you will know what to do when that time comes for you and mech spots you and you are trying to hide. Also, if there are beepers in there, which usually they are, most of the times the mechs will step on them and they'll blow up. But if they don't, be sure to always kill the beepers before you even try to get across, you know, areas with mechs, so that if you get spotted, you don't have to like deal with beepers going behind you while mechs are shooting at you. That's just the recipe for disaster. And I hope all of you have a wonderful day or night. And thanks very much for watching. Bye!